Hello there too. Ever since we have a final evaluation right on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I know you also have big tests right in your elementary school. You might not have too much time. How about this? Let's try chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each chapter, I'll set a timer. I'll spend 5 minutes on each chapter. Let's see if we can finish everything in each chapter in 5 minutes. It's a great challenge, but we can try. Okay, three, two, one, let's go. Chapter 5. So, live, prepare, pant, use, fish, hunt, believe, celebrate. So, we can prepare food. We can celebrate birthday. We believe in God, right? So, for example, or what do we celebrate? We celebrate birthday with a party, right? And we have ancient Egyptians. Ancient Egyptians, they lived in houses, they painted their floors, they painted the walls of their houses. They prepared food in ovens or over open fires. Most people use burnt dishes, but important rich people used the dishes with paint. And they hunted crocodiles, they fished in the Nile River. Important men, women, children used makeup because they believed that the makeup was magical, right? Yes. And ancient Egyptians believed in many different gods and goddesses. Ra, the god of the sun, Nut, the goddess of the sky. And we know about life in ancient Egypt because they painted the pictures of their daily life on the walls of the tombs. And we call these pictures as hieroglyphics, right? Right. So read the story Amun. Mm, we review the reader later. So right, past tense, wrote, right? Let's read them. Say write, wrote, didn't write. Grow, grew, didn't grow. Keep, kept, didn't keep. Drink, drank, didn't drink. Sell, sold, didn't sell. Speak, spoke, didn't speak. Build, built, didn't build. Sorry. Paint, painted, didn't paint. So, Miguel's grandfather lived in Mexico. He was a farmer. He grew vegetables and he kept chickens in his farm. He sold his food at the market. And Miguel went to Mexico with his dad when he was 6. The bus trip took 3 hours, quite a long time. Miguel's grandfather lived in a beautiful house in Mexico. He built the house himself. Miguel's grandfather was a musician. He played the guitar. He didn't write songs, but he sang songs to Miguel. And he didn't speak English. He spoke Spanish, right? And Miguel's grandfather was a lot of fun. And of course, and Tully and Martin were doing a project on Egypt, and they saw a new ride in the theme park and they decided to explore, and they met a boy named Amun. He was painting the pyramid, and they saw a lot of strange things in the pyramid, inside the pyramid. Ancient Egyptians lived next to the Nile River. They fished, they hunted for ducks, and they used papyrus to make shoes, to make paper, and even the boats, right? And they built temples. The Egyptians believed in a lot of gods and goddesses. They built temples and painted the temples. And Amun was a scribe. A scribe wrote stories, kept records. We're running out of time. So they met a crocodile. The crocodile bit the papyrus, and uh, Tilly and Martin showed the project to everyone, and the teacher loved it, although the paper was broken, right? So Howard Carter, Howard Carter was the archaeologist who who discovered the tomb of the pharaoh named Tutankhamun. Who was Tutankhamun? Tutankhamun was a pharaoh when he was 9. He became a pharaoh when he was 9 years old, and he died when he was 19 years old. And Howard Carter discovered the tomb 3,000 years after Tutankhamun died. So, what's so special about Tutankhamun? Tutankhamun's mummy was in the tomb, but the pharaohs, who were the pharaohs? Pharaohs were the king of ancient Egypt. Pharaohs in ancient Egypt also built their tombs before they died, and they put very important things into the tombs to keep for their afterlife, because they believe when after people die, they will come back to the world if we keep the body, the corpse well. This is why we have the mummy. And there were paintings on the walls of the tomb, and the paintings were pictures of Tutankhamun's life in this world and in the afterlife. That's why we can learn more about the life in ancient Egypt thanks to the paintings on the walls. We call them hieroglyphics, right? Great. I kept my promise, sort of. So, and let's move on to chapter 6.